Hello everyone, this is Brian Cunningham and this is my expert assignment. The story I was assigned is titled An Eagle Nation by Carter Rivard. Carter Rivard is a mixed blood Osage, but the story is about not only him but his Aunt Jewel, who is from the Ponca tribe, and as such I will be elaborating on both tribes. The story in Eagle Nation is a childhood memory of Rivard's where he remembers a family outing to the OK City Zoo that included his Aunt Jewel. He fondly reminisces hearing stories about his Aunt Jewel as a child being very limber and incredibly fast on her feet. She is now an old woman and the eldest of her clan. She has a bad heart and is mostly confined to a wheelchair. At the zoo, his Aunt Jewel shares a moment with an eagle who is injured and can no longer fly. He feels his aunt and this eagle share a bond about the things they have seen and the passing of time. She is overheard by Rivard calling the eagle Kage, which means brother. The author, Carter Rivard, was born on March 25, 1931, in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. His father was a mixed blood Osage and his mother was a white woman. His father abandoned the family when Carter was an infant, and his mother remarried a man who was full-blooded Ponca. As a child, Carter attended a one-room schoolhouse. However, he would go on to receive a bachelor's degree from the University of Tulsa, a master's degree as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University in the United Kingdom, and finally receive his doctorate from Yale University. Rivard uses his knowledge of both Osage and Ponca in his poetry and other works. The Osage Reservation is located in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. However, as seen on this map, the ancestral territory spans from what we currently call Pennsylvania, north to Wisconsin, westward to Colorado, and south to Louisiana. The Osage tribe originally migrated from the Atlantic coast and were part of the Dehija family. Through the years, this nomadic tribe had settled in places like present-day Virginia, the Carolinas, and Missouri. In the 19th century, the Osage ceded their lands to the United States government and moved to the Neosho River in Kansas. However, after the Civil War, facing pressure from the United States government, again, they sold their Kansas reservation and used the proceeds to purchase their current reservation in Oklahoma. The Osage were already a wealthy tribe in the late 19th century and early 20th century as they had leased parts of their land to cattle grazers. However, by the 1920s, the Osage Reservation tapped into their massive oil reserves. With the deals they struck and the pipeline implemented to carry the black gold, the Osage produced more wealth than all the American gold rushes combined. An average family of 5 would receive over $65,000 a year in 1926. The Osage used the money for providing the best education money could buy for their children and an overall more comfortable way of life. The Osage people today have 3 casinos providing jobs and revenue for the community. Some Osage still receive oil royalties, although they are no longer considered among the wealthiest groups in the world. They do, though, still invest heavily in schools and educational support. They have implemented healthy lifestyle programs that include both children and adults. And they also offer an immersion school for children from age 6 weeks to 2nd grade. They use this school to teach the Osage language and culture to help protect and build it for future generations. Like the Osage, the Ponca are part of the Dehija family. However, they are not a very large tribe. Original estimates put the tribe at around 800 people. They were also a nomadic tribe moving around over the centuries from the eastern part of the United States to Minnesota. Finally, they settled in the southern part of Minnesota and the Black Hills of South Dakota. Sadly, when they encountered Lewis and Clark in 1804, a smallpox epidemic had reduced their tribe to a mere 200 individuals. Initially, the Ponca were promised a reservation on their homelands. However, the government reneged on their deal and forcibly moved the Poncan tribe to the Indian Territory in Oklahoma. Many died on the march to their new home. Unfortunately for the Ponca tribe, the U.S. government terminated their tribal status in 1966. Their land and holdings dissolved as well as much of their tribal heritage. They continued legal battles for decades to have their tribal recognitions restored, and luckily in 1990 the Ponca tribe won its legal battle and the tribe was officially restored. Today, culture and community is very important to the Ponca tribe. They have a code of ethics they teach their children that was translated into English for the first time in 1928. The 11 rules are to have one God, do not kill one another, do not steal from one another, be kind to one another, do not talk about each other, do not be stingy or greedy, respect the sacred pipe, do not be lazy, talk to your children, be prepared, educate yourself, and learn your Poncan language. Economically, the Ponca tribe is hoping to open a new casino in Enid, Oklahoma. The casino will create 250 jobs for the tribe and be a local stimuli for the surrounding counties and cities. The casino is named the Fancy Dance Casino and has a scheduled opening date of April 2019. They also have an annual Standing Bear Powwow, which regularly sees 3,000 to 5,000 attendees, many of whom are not native. However, this is seen as a positive by allowing them to help bridge the gap between them and the white man. The Ponca has also developed several community outreach programs to aid in the growth and protection of their culture, including Ponca language resources, history and genealogy research assistance, guided tours of the powwow arena, native gardens, and other important places. Their numbers have also grown over the decades. In 2003, the Ponca tribe of Oklahoma was approximately 2,549, and the Ponca tribe of Nebraska was approximately 4,200 people. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for following along, and have a good day.